Hello, this is Malorian, and what this video here is going to be is now the final summary of the Birthday Invitational Tournament. Kind of what were my final results, what I thought of the tournament, and then kind of going over my list as well. So, as the results went, I had 2 wins, 1 loss, 2 massacre wins, 1 massacre loss. There's no middle ground. And really going into it, I was happy. That's what I was going in to do, to win more than I lose, so that was fantastic. In the end, the evil side won out, so fantastic news there as well. Apparently I did my part. I didn't win Best Painted or Best Sport, but really, like I said, I really didn't think this would happen whatsoever. The group of people we had there had some amazingly painted armies. I'm with all the people that were chosen because they're good sports, so I would have to really be above and doing really awesome to get that. But really, it was just a really great event. And so really just jumping into it, let's look at the missions first. I think the first one, where you're kind of sharing the general and the BSB, that's a great idea. Because what it does is that a lot of times for these kind of pairings is you really see that, okay, you take the left side of the table, I'll take the right side of the table. You saw it a lot in the way that all the games went, really. And really what this says is like, okay, well, you can do that, but your general and BSB is not going to be affecting each other. So what that does is force you to really bring your armies together so that no matter whose turn it is, the general and BSB can affect the most important units. Now, the big thing here is that, again, that was awesome because it's the first game. Hopefully it keep on going on with that. I don't think it actually brought about the actual intention. Like I said, most people just went and deployed on their own sides anyway, and there wasn't lots of intermingling throughout the whole tournament and looking at the other tables. But still, it was really a really good idea to have for the game. The second one there, that's the one where you had to go and there's an attacker and defender, and I think that's great. There really is not enough of these type of scenarios in tournament play. Now, the reason why you have that is just the fact that they're almost impossible to make absolutely fair. In tournaments, you want to make it so like, okay, you have this, I have this, it's really a mirror, it's going to come down to skill. But really, by definition, then, you can't have any attacker-defender scenarios. Really, with 8th, this has really broke the mold where at least there's Watchtower, but then again, most people don't do Watchtower in tournaments anyway. And I really think it's something that's really missing, because really there's only so much you can do with the symmetrical type of missions, and once you add attacker-defender, wow, there is so much more stuff you can do. So it's really nice to see this, and hey, it's a friendly tournament anyway, so you must kind of throw all these things together anyway. The third mission there, this is the one where you had the token jumping around, you're trying to get it and all that stuff. I think maybe this one was a little bit wordy and it could have been made a little bit more simple. Just a reminder, it kind of jumped around randomly every player turn. Then if you are within 6 with your caster or any wizard, then you have to roll to see if it's going to help you or hinder you. And at the end of the magic phase, it goes out 2d6 and it could destroy some of your models as well. And it really did kind of a lot on just on that one thing there. So I think in the future, maybe that could have been made a little bit more simple. I mean, sure, you can keep it at the start of every player turn to make it fair for who goes first, who goes second, but apart from that, I would keep things a little bit simpler and say that, I mean, sure, instead of doing these 2 things, like affecting the wizards and exploding, let's just do one of them, just to kind of shrink down the text a little bit. But either way, again, a different scenario that was fun and fair and really just a great time. So the way it was run, again, going back to even the whole part where there's good and evil, right? The fact that they took the time to make sure that it's all divided up and so that you have almost all the armies there represented. I think, again, like the only one I don't remember seeing there was the Daemons of Chaos. I really wish I could have gone around and taken pictures of all the armies, but there really was no relaxed time where that was really going to be possible, which is a shame because there were some really beautiful armies out there. One of the ones I really hoped I was going to be able to play with is that one of the guys that's up here at in Calgary, he does a goblin army that's the Christmas one. I don't know if you've seen it on Warseer, but it's all done on these winter display boards, and they're all done with Santa hats, and all the squeak hoppers are like hopping around like on these like snowmen type thing, type of squigs, and yeah, Santa hats on everything. It's just all these armies, and there's tons of them out there that I would have loved to have been part with. It's one of these things where Okay, normally you go to a tournament and you have your group of buddies you get together with and you have a good time. Basically, this tournament was take that group of buddies, you are the tournament now, right? And it's just, you're guaranteed to have a wonderful time. It's one of these things where you can't be doing it all the time because you start getting elitist and, hey, well, how come I wasn't invited? And really, again, to say it again, I was just honored that I was able to be invited to this and glad again that hopefully those power gaming view ideas are pretty much gone. I'm seen as a fun player, and hopefully I can do these things in the future. And again, I'm thinking for myself too, like, hey, when I have some fun things going on, why not plan this stuff for myself, right? I have all the tournaments, all the terrain, I can run tournaments, I can be doing these things too. So giving me some ideas here, and also the ways where I can maybe change some things for my own tournaments. But overall, just a wonderful event. Looking at my list, again, I really, coming into it, I had already mentioned before about how I'd forgotten about some of the interactions of Frenzy and how it really takes a lot of decisions out of your hands where, you might just have to charge and you have to overrun and you can't flee. So looking back on that, I should have had at least some sort of redirectors in there. One of the things I could have done easily and still stay within the theme I was thinking of is I could have just had some big bosses in there, right? A simple big boss is 55 points. I can't remember how much it is to make a savage right now, but yeah, I mean, that's not too many points, and that guy can be hiding in the unit and going out and doing whatever, and I mean, that could have easily been in there, but no matter what, it was kind of more of a fun list. Obviously, Super Orc, he did his thing too. There was a little bit there at the end where he did kind of flub his dice against the archers, and he could have really helped me, but whatever, no big deal. The main thing is I love the guy. He survived the whole thing, and I mean, still, I just love the thing where, yeah, a chariot's going to hit me in the flank, or a unit of chariots. I don't care about that. Oh, I just love that guy so much. I wish I could, man, I mean, I could take him more. It's just, usually you see these cannons just get slaughtered. But hey, maybe something I'll try and sneak in a little bit more again. Otherwise, of course, the Savage Orcs with the Biggins and the Choppas, they always do awesome. The Archers, the biggest thing I learned there is, yes, they can take on small units like Yetis, but I really got to remember to bring another movement tray for them. I really felt like a noob where I'm having like a handful of them as I'm trying to move them around that terrain because my long thing doesn't work and do anything for me anymore. So I really have to plan ahead and think and have that display or movement tray set up for that. But otherwise, they did what they were supposed to do. They're not many points. They can kill the small units. They can help doing some shooting. And for the most part, they're just a small, solid unit. The spears, yeah, the spears were a bad choice. Obviously, the best thing to do is go with the Choppas. I actually do have another unit that does have 2 Choppas. They're the old metal guys. They're just not painted up yet, so I couldn't use them. So either way, though, it was a fun list. Nice to go out there with the theme, and had a blast. So hope you guys enjoyed watching the videos, and there'll be more to come. So thanks for watching. Bye.